Greetings! My name's Mazz and welcome to the Blackwater Cantina. This evening I am joined by...
Hello, my name is Robin.
What? And today we are going to have a talk through part 2 of the January update previews. We've got quite a lot of stuff come out in there, so I'm entirely going to talk about the Dark Operations bit. It's been weeks since I talked about Dark Operations. Yeah. But before we go through that, Robin, have you been doing any War Machine hobby?
No,
What? Terrible.
really done any hobby this week. I'm dying from my cold.
Got the dreaded man flu. I can see why that
Yeah,
might stop you doing any hobby, but
so instead I play Banner Lords instead.
yay! I wonder if they should do a War Machine mod for that.
Oh, for Banner Lords. Oh, that'd be really interesting.
Yeah. That'd be about the right scale for a game of War Machine, wouldn't it? So,
You'd have to do a more total version of that machine.
yeah. Interesting. Anyway, I got a 3D printer. Well, I got a 3D printer. My wife and I acquired a 3D printer. And so it has been running
They-
fairly constantly. But I now have the old Umbrae Chapel printed out. I've got some bridges, some ruins. Terrain is a go. So I'm going to do a little painting video showing that. And it even does fun little time-lapse videos as well of the print, so I can monitor it remotely, but it does a little time-lapse photography of the print when it's underway, which is fun. So I might put that in here while we're talking about it, because it's quite entertaining to watch. And I just put them all up on the internet as ASMR videos, watching this thing just go...
Or when we get a dull moment, we need some shorts.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've been printing that out. We're going to do some bits on there. Put out the next of the Command Cadre videos for the final hunt. That went out yesterday as of recording, so Tuesday. So go give that a watch if you're considering the final hunt. Fingers crossed nothing big changes in the January update. I'm probably going to tweak the Ghost of Ice one now we know some more stuff about Moraine, so I might do a little bit of editing on that one. But yeah, it's good times. Should we jump straight into this update, because there's quite a lot in there?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Awesome. So the January update comes out on Wednesday next week, the 21st. We are recording this on the Wednesday night, so in 7 days. Obviously, as this comes out, it'll be much closer. So first up, Signar Gravediggers. So I'd heard a few spoilers, and if you've seen a few of the content creator channels were sent little bits and pieces of spoilers just to get stuff out there. Sadly we didn't get any. We're not cool enough yet, but we're getting there. So there's some big changes to the field gun, I know that much, so that's going to be hopefully seeing a bit more playtime. There's Dice Down Gaming got those spoilers, so I might pop a card to that one up there. But a load of changes to the airdrops. Lots of changes to Alistair Kane, and changes to the machine gun crew as well. So it's easier to apply flare and have all those interactions. Kane is back to his shooting everyone with infinite reload, and Gatecrasher to teleport as well. So he's a little bit more Kane 2 feeling for all our veteran players. That should make him a little bit more fun to play, which would be nice. I haven't picked up the Hellslinger Cadre yet, but it is on the list of ones I do want to grab, because let's face it, it's Kane. You kind of got to own a Kane model if you play War Machine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's only because I wanted the Kano side out of it. It's the two-player starter set.
Yeah, I say he's very cool. To be fair, actually, I do own the Kane 2 model, but I converted it into a pistol wraith long before the Hellslinger Phantom was a thing. So I've had a Hellslinger Phantom longer than everyone. But yeah, it looks interesting. It's nice to be fair. I really like the idea of the machine guns with the flare and the big field gun. That was kind of my favourite combo from the Gravediggers. So it would be really nice if that's actually going to see some field time, because it's not been a particularly effective combo, even though it's fun and kind of fluff driven. I don't know, that's just me. I like the fluff driven bits.
Yeah, sometimes you just need those bits to make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Dusk. Next up was the Dusk. They got a lot of changes. They actually got 2 videos of spoilers, one from Spell Rack and one from Tried and True, and then there's a section in here, so prepare for me to just dump a load of info and excitement about a bunch of things, if that's okay. Seraphel is back. So when she came out, she was the telekinesis caster, and I immediately grabbed her because the model is cool as all hell, and I've finally painted mine up. Ta-da! I'm calling out, putting in things that I moan about, and you're making me edit pictures in. Now I'm doing it to myself, so...
You can't blame us this time.
Yeah, exactly. So she finally painted up, ready for this, because I strongly suspected she was going to get some changes, and I was right. So, now her feat has changed, so you don't have to be damaged to be pushed anymore. So everyone's getting pushed, and everyone's getting the power 10 damage roll if you end up closer to her. So that's fun. She can keep everyone away for a turn.
Yep.
She's got a new field marshal, and this is going to tie into a few of the other bits and pieces on there. You know how I'm always whining about critical hits not being common enough? Well, she's now got Field Marshal Sanguine Fate. So what this does is whenever you roll to hit, you roll an additional dice, and that doesn't count for your to hit roll, but it can trigger critical hits. So if you rolled your 2 dice and you roll a 4 and a 5, and then you roll the sanguine dice and that's a 4, that's a critical hit now.
I'm just going to put a disclaimer in now. He will whinge and bitch about this when it doesn't go off in his favour from now on till they change or update this rule.
Oh, be prepared for a spreadsheet of how many times this triggers.
Oh, it's going to be painful for us whenever you play Dusk.
But that's a field marshal, so that's going out for her whole battle group, which means critical hit things are a go for Seraphel, just like the critical decap on the Phantasm.
Yeah.
Yay! And the new critical smite on Eidolons. Eidolons get critical smite. Yay! Critical hits everywhere.
You'll never see a critical hit. Big table at the end of this year
of how many dice are rolled versus how many critical hits and what percentage that is. Because in theory, if you do the maths, it works out about 50-50 with the extra dice, right? And obviously you can you can boost this as well, meaning I could be rolling 4 dice looking for criticals.
I've seen your luck.
Well, yeah, I know, but yeah, and leaning more into the Phantasm, Arcane Propulsion, her spell changed, so it now works on any base size. So now you can have your Phantasm get the +2 defense malarkey. They have dropped it to defense 10 from 11. So, because otherwise Arcane Propulsion on it or Poltergeist both would have given it +2 defense, meaning it would defense 13 plus its defense against ranged attacks from holding focus, could have put it up to defense 16. Kind of a defense, so it's dropped down now, so it's maximum 15 on a Colossal, which is disgusting.
Yes.
So yeah, the Phantasm just got better.
It really did.
Uh,
Well, for you anyway.
for me, yeah, you're not gonna like it. What else she got? She got Polarity Shield, so can't charge things, and Force Blast for blasting people away. So all good. She did take a -2-inch range to her ranged attack, but it was a 10-inch spray with crit decap, obviously with more likely critical decapitations. You just have to get a little bit closer, so feels fair. Moraine has gotten a few touch-ups, so she has gained Resourceful, which means she can upkeep on her battle group for free. And we know how Moraine loves an upkeep, and we know how I love upkeeps, so that's good.
Yep. That's only if you remember it.
Yep. But more upkeeps for her. Her spell rack got Mirage, which is an upkeep, Revive, which is my favourite shenanigans to pull with her. Oh, you killed someone, did you? I'll revive them with funeral rites. And then Pursuit, so which allows people to move when you move and is an upkeep. So again feeds into her feet, so which is nice. Plus also if you move up, kill someone, she can then put out Pursuit on someone that you're then about to move to mess with your plans through funeral rites. Full of tricksy traps.
Definitely full of tricksy traps.
Yeah. While we're talking ghosts,
Mage hunters.
Yeah, Mage Hunters. Mage Hunter Rangers, the ones that no one ever takes. So they've gone down to 6 points instead of 7. And their mat has dropped. If they're using their mat, they're doing something wrong. So, yeah. Points reduction on them, fine. I'm still not entirely convinced they're going to see a lot of use. They're great at what they do, and what they do is kill single wound infantry. Cool.
Might not be. You could take them on the list, but then you might not have to see single point infantry.
Yeah, I mean, the only single wound infantry that I ever see on the table is Mage Hunter Assassins. And very occasionally, Mike will run his Sep-Zero list, and I'll see a bunch of Mechanothralls, which they are perfect at killing. I can kill Mechanothralls day and night, it's great. But for one army that I'm not going to see that often. Yeah.
It's the thing with me with my battle mechanics. They're 1 point.
Yeah.
I tend to hide them behind big heavy tanks.
Yes, but your tanks have got shorter range now, so they've got to get closer. What else we had? We had confirmation that Battle Lust is going from dusk. No one gets it, which is interesting. We were kind of wondering who was going to get that, but it's gone. But that means the Soulless Blade Masters are gaining Flank Warjack, which gives them an extra dice on damage when they're in melee with something that's in combat with a Warjack. And Mage Hunter Assassins get Weapon Master. Yay! Although they are dropping from power 10 to power 8, and they're going up a point. But that Weapon Master dice, average dice roll of 3.5, so they are 1.5 points of power more than they were before on average. So we'll see.
We definitely will see.
I'll run them in every list, but as I do at the moment. What else did we get? Dreadguard Slayers. I know they needed some attention. They've got Unyielding, so they are more survivable in melee. Eidolons went down by a point, and the Force Fist got a lot better, and the Dawnblade got better. Tyrus is gaining an improved version of Backlash, so he's got Feedback Loop. So Backlash only worked on Warjacks before, so you didn't see it all that often. Feedback Loop works on anything, so that's cool. Quite looking forward to that. And then a load of changes to the soulless stuff as well. Guardians are more survivable. The soulless hunters have got combined ranged attack and more powerful rifles, so I think we'll see them a bit more because they're range 14, power 12 with combined ranged attack. So they're going to come out of my cabinet because they've been stuck in there because there's not quite enough room in my case for everything. So they're going to get painted.
Put them back on the shelf?
Well, they're going to get painted now, and they're going to go into some lists, and I'm going to try them out. So we'll see. But in theory, you're starting at power 12, so you could easily be power 17. So you can have a single power 17 shot at range 14, which is, that's not bad.
Good. It's interesting.
So, yeah. Was that enough of an info dump on Dusk?
I think it was.
Robin's head is spinning slightly. Sorry, I get excited, but I'm really all of this has really G'd me up. I was all set to start playing Dark Operations from next week, and now I've seen all of these things, and I'm all G'd up to play Dusk.
That's because your Dusk is your prettiest army.
I have just noticed in the article they've used the picture of the Mage Hunter Assassins. One of them is broken.
Yes, it is. I noticed that.
Whoops.
But it's okay, nobody noticed that apart from us.
Yep. I'll send them a picture of mine, they can use that.
Maybe your second place trophy right next to it.
Yep.
So moving on to Kador.
Yeah.
So Direwolf is pretty much just the lightest, heaviest warjack you can get. It's as confusing as I say it, but that's what they've written down here. All the heads on the Direwolf are going, apparently too expensive, so they've all come down by a point. The head granting overtake will be replaced by the head granting righteous vengeance. The head granting Pathfinder has been replaced by a head granting +1 rat.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me, but they've given an explanation in here why the rat head. Direwolf's base rat has come down from 5 to 4. You can still have rat 5, you just got to pay the single point for it. The base stats of the Direwolf are now so cheap that it's going from defense 11 down to defense 10 to make it fair. I think that's really unfair. I think it should stay at defense 11. On the arms, the heavy chain gun used to cost 6 points. Now it's 5 points. Volume fire is in a few too many places in the game right now, so it has instead been replaced by volley fire instead of flat +1 to or +2 to hit and damage. Relative to the target, the heavy chain gun now gets boosted attack rolls when attacking warrior models, which I still think is really unfair for that model because it's.
It makes it a more of an anti. The chain gun is an anti-infantry weapon rather than an anti-large based model weapon, which makes more sense to me. I don't know. I like that. And it's only attack rolls, it's not damage. So you're just more likely to be able to gun down infantry. So, I don't know. Gives the gun a place and a very specific, right, that's what that gun is for. It's very good at that. I like that. And volume fire was everywhere. Everything has volume fire. Like, the Mage Hunter Commander has volume fire on his pistol for God knows what reason. So...
I don't know, maybe he just likes it. The Flame Fist costs the same, but it just gives the Direwolf fire resistance. And you can also apply Flare with it.
Yeah, so that Flare is going to be quite handy, because it's -2 defense. Obviously with the lethality changes and everything swapping out and being lower mats and rats, being able to drop that Flare is pretty good.
They increased the Plough Shield from 4 to 5, getting an Armor 21 Warjack, even if it is a Direwolf, it's a little too good, then it costs less than 10 points to tackle. I can see that it's okay, because if you're not running a Warjack with a shield, especially if you're getting boosting your Armor 21 for Warjack, then
yeah, I mean, going, okay, I'm Armor 21 and on a 10-point model, with, even you could do the heavy chain gun at 5 points, the shield at 5, and then the 1-point head. It's only 11 points and it's armor 21.
Yeah. Even if I do run mine with scrap swords and chain guns.
Yep. Mm.
Then we've got the Great Bear. That's uh, yeah, the cost of the scale by discounting the direwolf and updated the cost of Menzit's to 17. Like the direwolf, the lethality changes were applied before anything else. In the case of the Great Bear, it's gone from mat 7 to mat 6. That's the only chassis change. Uh, so the heavy cannon's got an extra bump with a 2-point discount,
Yeah.
which is really good.
Yeah, a lot of the
Certain
right
weapons
arms are dropped, haven't they? So
yeah. Certain weapons with volume fire usually have ones on cohorts that are boostable, have had their ranges reduced to by 2 inches due to the effectiveness of these weapons under new lethality changes. The grinder has reduced from range 10 to range 8. There also is a change with the granting mage static now instead grants mage ward. Rather than 6 inches of this model, friendly models gain mage resistance. When this model was targeted by arcane attack rolls, roll 1 additional dice to discard the highest die of each roll.
I personally hated Mage Static because I was always fighting into it.
Yeah, I know, and I really enjoyed it because I loved that head just for that.
Just for that and Baronova's feet, so it's -7 to any
Yeah.
ranges. Yeah. Just like that turn, like
Which
you're
is
not
so
casting any
dumb.
spells. Be gone.
Baronova has got a few other extras as well. Yeah. Primary spell slinger. Her arc has got up from 7 to 8. Second, she needed some spell sling. So Baronova has gained Tempest from the former Winter Court spell rack. She's got a homage to the past Grey Lord.
Yeah.
And she's gained Veiled of Mist and
Occultation. Yeah, so stealth jacks, anyone?
Yeah.
That's...
Oh, I just want to know, can you use that on the Megalodon?
On the... Colossals can't gain stealth.
That would have been amazing if she can cast that onto the Megalodon. Megalodon just go, yeah, well, you can't see this.
Like, no, it's invisible. Just draw somebody holding up like a massive picture of like the background drawn. Like, you can't see it. It's not here.
Oh, it's the for those people who know Warhammer, it's the Tigris the Red Wake where he's meant to be so silent and quiet in his hulking Terminator armor, where he's just like all the artwork you see from is like, you didn't see me.
Yeah, he's like,
So I just assumed that would
huge blood dripping, massive claw thing, stompy armor, and they're like, he's super stealthy. All right.
Yeah, her control stats have gone up from 14 to 16. She can reach models further away. And side benefit, invocations of Wrath to catch more friendly models too. It's really, really good.
Yeah, she's...
Storm of Aegis Beat is already powerful, so it's become more powerful.
Yeah, I mean, she's had some nice power. She's my wife's favourite caster, so the fact that she's just got a whole bunch of buffs is quite nice. And
The Mark II version. So.
I think the fact that you could have, so you can get a 9-point direwolf, right? And she can occultation it, and then because she's got Field Marshal Arc Node, so you can have a stealth 9-point Arc Node.
Yep.
Or like 10 points and have a stealth armor 21 Arc Node. Which makes the Ghast as a Arc Node even worse.
Yeah.
We haven't had any changes for the Ghast revealed for Dusk, but maybe that's going to get a whole article by itself because it just needs gutting and redoing. But
same with the Triumvirate for Guard.
No.
Not that they should listen to me at all, because I haven't had a chance to use them yet, and I want to test them.
Yeah, some nice changes there for Kador. There were a few other bits around KDOD. They mentioned the Zero Camp one.
Yep.
So quite a few changes to Medveditsa along the way. I can't remember any of them specifically, and I have not made any notes about them to discuss, but there is a video there, so you can go and have a look at that. There's quite a lot of little shorts out there at the moment where people have gotten their hands on some bits. Sea Raiders, I've not really played much into Sea Raiders, so I don't know too much.
No, I wouldn't know where to start on those.
No, the only thing that I think is very interesting on there is that all of the infantry, all the Reavers infantry, got last word.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fun. So when they die, they're going to get to make a move and a melee attack. I think that... Is it? Yeah, it's melee attack when destroyed, yeah. So
yeah.
So that's interesting. I like that. I think that's a nice little theme. Kind of lends into the fluff where they're like throwing themselves at people and just trying to drag people down. So all like crazed berserker guys. So yeah. I'm going to talk Dark Operations for a minute, if that's all right. And then you can do your Brian Bloods bit at the end, yeah?
Alright.
There's not a lot of Dark Operations stuff, to be fair. This is not a big change. So there's a nice, fairly solid win rate going across them all, but in line with the changes to lethality, Veteran Leader is disappearing from Silexus Xiphus. He basically, when you had access to gang as well, you ended up with like Drudges being about mat 10.
Yeah.
So it was bonkers. So it's fair enough. He loses that and he drops from 4 points to 3 points. So that's fine. I've actually just finished painting him, so he's in the box behind me. But yeah. But wait, I hear you cry. He's in the command starter, so it must be set at 30 points. Well, I'm sure nobody saw the criterions going up a point coming in this January update. Oh wait, no. Everyone saw that coming, right?
Not the fact that they're broken or anything.
They're so good. They're really, really good for the points. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
They've gone from 8 to 9. Cool. So the command starter is still 30 points. They're still really good. They've not lost any rules. And so that just keeps that box nice. Although they have dropped to mat 6, which again, in line with all the lethality changes, that seems fair enough to me. It does mean in Crix that Brutes are kind of the more offensive one and Criterions are the defensive one. Brutes are now cheaper as well, and Criterions are more expensive, so yeah, should even out a little bit. Nostilla and Aberration. So Or has gone, which again I don't think is a surprise to anyone who's been playing them or playing against them, or was giving the ability or to every army was gross, so that's gone. Aberration drops its rats to 4, keeps its mat, drops its rats, so again, fair enough. It can still use hormone manipulation to give it +2 to hit, so it's essentially rat 6 when you need it to be. And Nostilla's spray got reduced, so, which again, I don't think there's anything unexpected in there. That's pretty much what I was kind of thinking was going to happen. They were a bit good and they have been pretty solid for the last year, so. And the only other one actually, ties into the Orgoth. The dominated Strike Reavers got last word. Yay!
Yep.
All of the dominated units have come down a point, and But the Dominator models have retained inspiration, with I think everyone else that we've seen spoilers for has been losing inspiration. They've kept it, which means that they fight a bit harder when that Dominator is still around, but killing it will then drop their mats. So, but yeah, I think it's nothing too surprising in there. Not major sweeping changes as well. Do you want to talk about trolls on boats?
Yep. Yes, I do. Because of one, so before we discussing this, before we had our little discussion tonight, we were talking about some of the rules going through for this. Amphibious is the latest rule that I absolutely adore. So, basically every model that isn't a flyer for Brian Bloods is considered amphibious, which means any shallow terrain, they just classify it as an advantage. Sorry. As basically as open terrain, not as an advantage. So it just means that they're not going to be worried by it.
Yeah.
And if there isn't any shallow water on the field, they make their own.
Yeah, which...
With big question marks.
Yeah. Like, they don't elaborate more on that, so... At a guess... So in a little bit above, they talk about, like... adding to the flavour of the army in the same way as Gravediggers and Old Umbre. So Gravediggers have the airdrops and things, and Umbre have very specific bits, the corpse mechanics and stuff. It all kind of leans in. So they're getting amphibious, and I'm assuming maybe a command card to put some out or something. I don't know. It doesn't say.
I'm just hoping that they get a model of squirt guns, and that is your guy that runs around the battlefield spraying the map.
Just go and put some water down. Put water down.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I'd be happy with that. So going from that, we're going to go straight into Shadow Town.
Mm-hmm.
If you've read the fluff for him, he was once controlled by the Crooks, so before he broke free. So he can now telegraph a lot of quick spells now, so a few of them. So he's got... I've lost where I'm at. Scything Touch.
Yes.
And he's slinging Fog of War as well.
Fog of War, Scything Touch is like the classic Crick spell, isn't it? Like from Prime, Gaspy, Mark 1, yeah. Scything Touch has been the Crick spell, so it's kind of fun to see it on him.
I think it fits well with the model, especially for those who've got the mini crate version where it's got the Crick's book with him and he's got that.
I mean, if you're going to replace when yours arrives, if you're going to replace that Shadow Tongue model, I'll gladly take the old one off you, because that's a really cool model and I'd love to paint it.
It's already painted and new. It's the first Bright Blood model I have. I will be sending it over to Mazz, so he can put it in here. The one it's like he hates it.
Yeah, no, he's really cool. I like the fluff. I like the background. I like the fact he's pulling Crick spells.
Yeah.
So, and he did need a bit of love. He wasn't particularly played very often, was he? So.
No, I think my first game with Brian Bloods was against you with Shadow Tongue. To much of the chagrin of me, keep bringing back the pigs.
Yeah.
With him and the surgeon kept bringing back pigs, and it was glorious.
Yeah. Yeah, all the pigs all the time.
But moving on to my most favourite of all Brian Bloods, Ragemonger.
Yep.
So he has been his ability to turn 1s into 6s has been adjusted to it's just they made an adjustment and basically I don't know. You were saying about it earlier. I've just lost myself.
So his feet jump the shark. So he gets to jump 5 inches, and then
5 inches. Yeah.
Any attacks where you roll a 1 for damage, it becomes a 6. However, they're changing that so it's only going to be melee attacks
which is
So
fine with me.
yeah, I mean,
Because the jump the shark feat is amazing because we've had it. It assassinated your hero. He gloriously jumped over 5 centimeters, 5 inches over a terrain piece. It was glorious.
yeah, it's like that model screams get me into combat, doesn't it? And
Yeah,
he now fits that more. This is one of the things I'm quite liking about all of the bits all the changes they've made to the updates. There's been a
yeah,
lot of characterful updates, like the Crick spells for Shadow Tongue, the Grey Lord spells for Baronova, we want to make this caster the Jack focused one, we want to make this the Spellslinger one. It's really nice to see that being forced in, and this is the point of removing the rack this year under optional spells, is to be able to give those characters to them a bit more firmly. So
yeah.
yeah,
So with it, Firequill was basically the ranged warlock. The army rangemonger is your heavy hitter. Spellslinger, which is Shadow Tongue. Still waiting to hear about Boomhalla. If there's gonna be an
she's dead,
update
doesn't
or
matter.
no, don't think so.
Oh, she's not dead, is she? She's it's worse than being dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being captured by Cricks, and that is never good for anyone. Something I didn't notice earlier when I read through this, but Ragemonger's getting Field Marshal Shield Guard for all his war beasts. So
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm looking forward to that because that means I can run 2 Deep Dwellers, an old one, and maybe 2 Reef Trolls.
Just all of the war beasts. I just means keeping a cheap reef troll next to him to like suck up some hits.
Oh yeah, shield and maybe the harpoon or the boarding axe or the cutlass.
I'm definitely It's going to be interesting now. That's cool. And you get Starcrossed as well.
Yeah.
Starcrossed is one of my favourite spells. I absolutely love that spell. I loved playing the Wanderer for running in and going, haha, Starcrossed. But yeah.
Do you like on that bit of the article? Finally, Ragemonger should really be well a Ragemonger with like Avenger. Sorry, it's always going to finally get this.
Yeah, so it's one of the other spells he got was Ravager. I can't think what that one does off the top of my head.
No, I can't think of the something either.
But either way, I'll look it up and I'll put it on screen.
Yes.
There we go. I'm making more work for myself. What am I doing? That's
you need to work hard.
Always work harder. But yeah, there's some nice changes coming out. There's some other bits in the article. There's some Convergence of Cirrus stuff and lots of other things going on in the article. So do have a read through.
I did see a slight update on the what the ones with the pure white shells and bodies. Otherwise, not well, no, something. I can't remember. Legacy Army. They've had a slight update.
The Convergence, or do you mean the Retribution?
No, not Retribution. Hang on, I'll just pull up the article again. Do apologise. There we go. The Frustrum Locust.
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the Convergence.
Yeah, it was just nice to see that a legacy piece has just had a slight update as well.
Yeah, I mean, the way they talk about the Convergence, so they mentioned So they're losing some models the same way that Crystal Guard and Dark Ops and Thornfall all have. I wonder if... we know, obviously, we've got Crystal Guard coming at the moment, then it's going to be Infernals, so I suspect we're going to have Convergence after that. I thought it was going to be Grimkin after that, but from the sounds of this...
Maybe Grimkin will be later towards Halloween, maybe, because that would make sense with the army aesthetics.
Well, I mean, from the... I want to say September is when we've got when we know what's going on. Where's the roadmap? So the digital roadmap is...
It just covered to the end of May, shouldn't it?
No, so Crystal Guard go up to end of February.
Yep.
Then March, April, May, June is Infernals.
Yep.
So July, August, September, October, Redacted. I kind of assumed that was going to be Grimkin, because then they were all out for October. But I don't know. Maybe that's going to be Convergence.
Possibly. Time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Also, I need to know what's going to be in the final Crucible Guard box, because as of yet, we don't.
Yeah, have they released them on My Mini Factory yet?
No, we had the Pegs drop, which was a bit frustrating.
Yeah, but we've not had any further...
No, because I'm still waiting for the army update, because I refuse to buy a box for pre-order when I only need so many ones out.
Yeah. Cool. I can print some of this terrain off now. I've got my 3D printer up and running. I printed the Old Umbre Chapel, and that's come out really nicely. I did print the Crucible Guard Hill. However, that was like the second thing I printed, and I cocked up the supports on it, and the railings around the edge had supports through the middle of them that I couldn't get out, and I snapped all the railings off. So I have a hill with no railings on it, which I'll probably still paint up anyway, because it's still fine. But I'm going to print another one with different style of supports and more dialed in settings, because now I know a bit more what I'm doing. So watch this space. We're going to do some painting time on the chapel probably Friday. So as of the release, come along this evening. Come and hang out in the Cantina Discord. I'll be doing a live painting session, assuming that there isn't another print on and it's not shaking the desk around, because it's quite vicious.
I think giving our audience motion sickness is what you really want to do.
If everyone wants motion sickness, I'll do that, but I'm not going to recommend it.
Cool. Yes, as I was saying, all depending, I will be on the painting chat with you on Friday as well. If I'm not, then don't wait.
Yeah. Cool. I look forward to it.
I will probably be painting the rest of my commands attached before.
Yeah. I've got who's next up on the list? Kythos. Kythos is up next. So I need to finish Kythos, so then I can do the next command card draw video. So it's so cute.
It is cute, but he needs so much more work. I also glued his backpack on upside down and I didn't realise.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But it's fine. Nobody knows.
It's fine. It's unique.
It's.
As opposed to New York. Don't worry, I'm being slightly ridiculous. It's fine.
Yes. If you're going to go down that route, then you need to watch Gremlins 2 and then sing along to New York.
Yeah. There we go. We'll do a paint along on Friday, and I'll have Gremlins on in the background, so we can paint along and watch Gremlins together. There we go. Everyone's Friday night sorted.
Up that, because it is one of, if not one of my favourite films of all time. It's one of my favourite Christmas films.
See, I watched Ghostbusters yesterday as my chill out time, and it just made me happy for how good the film is.
It's good.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. All right. Well,
That's everything from us.
I think so. Looking forward to the update next week. So we'll see all of the details and bits and pieces. There is more in that article that we haven't covered. There's absolutely tons of spoilers there. Tons of spoilers videos elsewhere on YouTube as well. So hit them up. They're all very interesting. I am very much looking forward to doing some list videos next week with the changes to see how that shakes things up. So yeah, we'll see you next week. Have fun.
See you next week.
Bye.
Have fun. Bye.